This video focuses on 6 project management actions. You can use a workflow to create tasks, change a project status, add tags, activate a portal, deactivate a portal, or archive a project. Create to Do will create a new task within your project. It's great to use for reminders or things you need to do outside of Dubsado before the workflow can continue. When this action gets triggered, it will create its own smaller checkbox for you to mark off when completed. When you're adding this action to a workflow, you can type out what you want the future task to say under Reminder. You can even use smart fields here to pull in the client's name and distinguish it from other projects. Assigning a user to the task is optional. You can assign a task to a multi-user in your Dubsado account, or you can assign a task to yourself if you'd like it to show up on your dashboard view. You cannot assign a task to a client. Sending an email reminder is also optional. If you check the box, both you and the assigned user, if you entered one, will receive an email with a reminder when this action is triggered. In addition to showing up in the workflow, the task will also be visible on the Tasks tab inside the same project and on the main Tasks page. It is not possible to set a due date on a to-do through the workflow, but you could always add one manually after the to-do has been created. The Change Project Status action automatically moves the project from its current status into the status of your choice after a specific milestone. This is a great way to keep your projects organized and up to date on the main projects page. You can select the project status that you'd like the project to move into and the appropriate trigger for when this action should occur. Sometimes it's tricky to understand when and where the workflow needs to update a status. If that's the case, skip adding project status changes in the first draft of your workflow and come back to add them later once you're clear on the bigger picture. Add tag applies a tag to the project. If you have multiple services and workflows, this action helps you categorize projects by adding the appropriate tag automatically. Inside the action, you can select which tag or tags should be applied and the appropriate trigger. This action is commonly used at the beginning of a workflow for a specific service to add a tag for that specific service. The actions to activate or deactivate the client portal will do just that. The client will not receive a notification when the portal is activated or deactivated. This action will simply turn it on or off behind the scenes. For these actions, all you need to select is the appropriate trigger. If you want the client to be notified about their portal, you'll need to include a separate action to send an email after the portal is activated. Deactivating the client portal is not a necessary step unless you want to revoke the client's access at a certain point in your process. Client portals can remain active as long as you would like. The Archive Project action moves the project into the archive status and pauses all workflows on the project. This is great for automatically moving a completed project out of the job area. For this action, all you need to select is the appropriate trigger for when you want this to happen. If a project with a lead status is archived, all invoices on that project will be deleted. If a project with a job status is archived, the invoices will remain on the project. Active workflows will be paused in all projects, so double check that 100% of your workflow actions will be completed by the time you place an archived project action, including any follow-up emails scheduled to go out months or years after you've completed your main work.